Welcome to Honest Conversation with Holy Spirit. If the Most High is not in it, it can't be an honest conversation. John 17:17. Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth.
What losing her teaches him about love. It doesn't begin with a dramatic collapse. There is no thunderclap moment where the world splits in two. Instead, it arrives in the quiet after routines dissolve, when the goodnight texts stop, when the chair across the table stays empty, when the day ends and there is no one to debrief the small absurdities of life with. At first, he tells himself it's adjustment. People move on, schedules shift, life rebalances. But absence has a way of amplifying what presence once softened. He notices how silence feels different now, not peaceful, but unfinished. He reaches for his phone to share something trivial and remembers there is no longer a shared thread of small things. The world has not become harsher. It has become less witnessed. In the beginning, he thought love was proven through staying, providing, showing up when it counted. He believed consistency alone translated as care. What he did not fully understand was emotional presence, the subtle art of attunement, of noticing without being told, of listening without preparing a defense, of making room for another person's inner world without trying to reorganize it. Losing her does not teach him through grand revelations. It teaches through contrast. He remembers the way she asked questions that required honesty rather than performance. The way disagreements were invitations to understand rather than competitions to win. The way she could sit with discomfort instead of rushing to escape it. At the time, these felt ordinary. In absence, they reveal themselves as rare. He begins to recognize the difference between being accommodated and being known, between coexistence and connection, between intensity and intimacy. He sees, perhaps too late, that love is not maintained by avoiding conflict, but by repairing it, not by assuming loyalty, but by nurturing emotional safety. There is also a harder lesson. Love cannot thrive where vulnerability is rationed. Guardedness protects, but it also distances. And when one person carries the emotional weight for two, exhaustion eventually replaces devotion. This understanding does not arrive as punishment. It arrives as maturation. Loss slows him down long enough to reflect on the moments he dismissed, the conversations he postponed, the tenderness he assumed would always be available. He learns that love is not sustained by grand gestures delivered on special occasions, but by everyday responsiveness. The turning toward instead of away, the small acknowledgments, the willingness to be changed by knowing someone deeply. In time, regret softens into insight. Insight softens into growth. And growth, if honored, becomes a different way of loving. One that listens sooner, defends less, and values presence over pride. Losing her does not teach him that love is fragile. It teaches him that love is alive, and like all living things, it requires attention, humility, and care. Sometimes we understand love most clearly when its absence reveals everything it quietly was. Then you understand you're not alone in this. Your power is Immanuel, and he's ready to help you heal. Psalm 30, verse 2. The Most High, my God, I called to you for help, and you healed me.